Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Hey, Gillie, he sent a strong message to Wallo, and he told Wallo, man, my son Cheese was with you, man. And Wallo looked at Gillie like, man, regardless of what happened, I'm your brother. These people saw what happened. These people saw what happened to that man. Gillie, he sent a strong message to his son Cheese shooters, man. It's a sad situation because in all actual reality, we know for a fact that Gillie the kid, he was the main one sent back. Like, they better not touch my son. He's still in that hood, regardless of how much money I just signed for. I want y'all to really look at that and really pay attention to what's going on because in all actual reality, we know for a fact you can't change the fact of the streets. If you in the streets, this gonna happen in the streets. We're gonna wait for some people to get up in here, y'all. When y'all rappers get the money, man, y'all gotta move out the hood, man. When y'all get the bag, y'all gotta move out the hood, man. I keep telling people, and people think this a game, man. In all actual reality, we know for a fact that it's too many people who was right there when his son got sent up. It was a triple shooting. People know what was going on. People knew for a fact that Gillie realized he got too much money and his son's still in the hood, man. You supposed to get your kids out the hood right after you get the bag, man. People play games, man, when in all actual reality, we know for a fact Gillie, he should have got his son out of that hood, man. It's no way your son's stuck in the hood. This crazy. In all actual reality, we know for a fact that it was a lot of people who sat back and played games, and they sat there. They saw Gillie had a lot of money. They knew Gillie just signed that $100 million deal. And if y'all new to the channel, man, support the channel by hitting the like button so YouTube can promote it. I want y'all to look at one thing. Gillie, the message he sent, he looked at it like it was a game at first, but then they ran up on his son. I want y'all to look at it. It's sad, and it really hurts my heart to see Gillie the kid's son go out like that, man. This is a sad situation. I want y'all to hit the like button if y'all rocking with Gillie the kid, man. This sad. This is a sad situation. I know for a fact that the way that they ran up on him, they knew that man. They knew he ain't had no pole on him. They knew he ain't had no pole on him. And I want y'all to really look at that, man, really take full initiative to what's going on because it could have been anybody who this happened to. A lot of people sit back and people thought it was a game when it really ain't no game, man.
Gillie the kid respond and react to his son YNG Cheese getting hit up in their own city. He got a call at dinner time, and Gillie the kid knew it was a restricted number. He was with Wallo, and they just got done with the $1 million worth of game podcast. Somebody frantically called him on the phone saying, YNG Cheese got hit up. Your son got hit up, man. It's bad. It's bad. He got off the phone and it immediately got hopped right in the Range Rover. Wallo hopped in the Ferrari. They pulled up to downtown Philly, and the whole street filled with investigators. They got the shells on the ground. It's over 30 shells that was dumped in the Gillie the kid's son and the two other people that got hit up. This was a 3-person standoff, man. They all pointed the blicks at each other. They were trying to get his chain. They was trying to rob him, man, and he wouldn't give it up because they know that Gillie is his dad and that he's got $100 million deal. And so they thought that Gillie the kid's son, just by having the chain on and him being a rapper, they thought he was rich like himself, like he was walking around with money like you see all these rappers doing. He became a target in his own city, man. When you get the bag, you're supposed to move out the hood. And that's just the only normal way of understanding it, man. Any level-headed person would know that if your dad just had gotten $100 million, you supposed to not show your face to your old stomping grounds ever again, man. You made it. You got $100 million. You and your dad got that. So what you got to do, going back around, hanging out with old friends, just being in Philly, people have to realize that Gillie the kid can't tell his son what to do. He can't keep him out of the Philly streets. If he wanted to go downtown, if he wanted to go out and hang out with his friends and stuff, that's his thing, man. Gillie's too busy working and all that. And so he didn't know the whereabouts of where his son was and all the people that he was being involved in until they get a call late at night saying that they got to come down and identify his son. And this is a very sad situation because everybody knows at this point in Philly that he was a rapper, YNG Cheese, man. Like he knew that Gillie the Kid was gonna actually put him on to being a big rapper, and a lot of people was jealous for that, man. There are so many people who was probably hating in his own hood, and like a lot of ones the people he went to high school with, the people who he grew up with. Not everybody's gonna be supportive, and so whoever it is that hit him up, they definitely had to know him or know who he was. They clearly knew who he was because they had to know who the target was, who's the guy with the money. They seen the chains and everything. He's part of a rap group, Mac and Cheese. And who knows if the members of the rap group that he's in, are they beefing with anybody? Are they involved in anything that's going on in the streets? Like, what are they actually doing? How active are they? And this is the type of questions that they trying to figure out because Gillie the Kid and Wallo didn't see this coming. And Wallow's mad right now. He's trying to get the justice for this. He knows that he's been preaching and they've been saying about how y'all got to stay out the streets and all this violence and stuff on each other got to stop. And it
Facts.
happened in their own backyard, man. And this is the reason why you can't trust nobody and you don't really have control over that type of stuff, even from people close to you, because at the end of the day, when you busy and they doing their own thing and you doing your own thing, every man for himself, man. You can't control where your kid goes and the things that happen. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. And when you got all those, the cards are stacked against you, and you in a situation where you the only person who really got anything, and you got the chain, the money.
Did you know that you could get 50 to over 150?
And I want people to really look at this, man, and take full initiative to what's going on because the facts is out here now. He should have never been in the hood. When you get the bag, you got to move out the hood
There's no
immediately.
more PPP. There's no more of all the finessing is done, and so now it's back to, okay, you look like you got it, and I don't got nothing, so we gonna run up on you. And so the details are still coming out, but it's two other people involved that got hit up. They made it out, but they were the lucky ones, man, because Gillie the Kid's son, he was unlucky. He was not able to have the opportunity to make it out of the other side of this situation, and this is what everybody's got to realize, open their eyes and look at this and see it for what it is, man. Gillie the Kid got the $100 million contract, and now all of this stuff is happening, man. So you gotta see it for yourself. Like Wallo even said for himself, man, they know for a fact that they gotta save all the people he was trying to save, the youth, before something like this happens. They see it coming. This happens. Just think about all the people whose dads isn't a famous rapper like Gillie the Kid, and they get hit up. This thing happens every single night all across the United States of America. And so just because this is a rapper's kid and stuff like that, you got to understand this goes down all the time. So we really got to shine the light on this and basically look at the situation as an example to speak out against all of the stuff that they doing to each other. Like the community needs to come together, the community of Philadelphia. Will Smith is going down there. Lil Uzi is going to be speaking. All the Philly people, the Eagles have put out a statement saying that they're going to stand with Gillie the Kid. And basically, the $1 million worth of game show is canceled for tonight. They're going to remove it and reschedule it to next Sunday afternoon. And so what's going to happen is that after the whole funeral and everything, they still trying to figure out who the person was in the getaway car. They seen a suspicious car driving around the block. It was a dark color SUV, and Gillie the Kid's son was leaning up against the Porsche truck. That's when the dudes came out, hopped out. They had all hoodies. The dude pulled out two Blicks from his waistband. He got one in each hand. It was a 9 and a 45. He told Gillie the Kid's son, YNG Cheese, he tried to strip him of the jewelry, of the chain, the Cuban links, and the pendant. And he had rings on his fingers too. He had the rings and the bracelets. He had a star ring on. And so that's one thing you're not supposed to wear no star rings and don't wear chains with the pendant. I told y'all this, man. And people don't
That the Gillie the Kid's son, who is a rapper, right, by name YNG Cheese, was shot and killed in Philadelphia, and this been going crazy. So we have Wallo reacting about this situation on Instagram, and you all know who Wallo is. You all know who Gillie the Kid is. You know these guys. They were rappers. You know.
Don't listen. What y'all gotta understand is that if you a millionaire's kid and you want to be a rapper and everything like that, and your dad was already a rapper, you better be a rapper so good that you make it within 1 week, and because Gillie the Kid.
If you don't realize, sit there and put all your ducks in a row, like Gillie was supposed to realize, set his son up to be out the hood. His son was never supposed to be in the hood, and you know for a fact, people know you. People come on your show. All famous people come to your channel. Your whole platform with you and Wallo, it's ran. You feel me perfectly, because all of the rappers, Jay Prince, y'all got to understand, all of the famous people, even the big homies,
things are moving slow for him. So the fact that he should have moved on to another hustle, man, it ain't safe being a rapper. We know that the rapper is the most dangerous job in America. And that's just point blank, period. And so he should have did some type of other thing, because the only reason that he was targeted, from all the evidence that everybody's looked at and the news reports that's coming out and the coroner's office statements, Gillie the Kid's son was targeted because he was a rapper and he came from a family that just had got money, like they got money now. And this is the only reason he was targeted. Like, had he did something else, you can't just be, you already rich and got money, so why would you need to go and be a rapper and be in the limelight and everything like that? People got to understand. Look at all the other celebrities, kids who's not rappers. They are very low key. You don't know who they are. You wouldn't even be able to tell that that's their parents, and they hide the money so well that nobody's out to target them, because they're not walking around with chains with pendants on, star rings, and all of these things, and like being over flamboyantly loud to get the attention, because everybody knows that the only reason rappers want to be rappers it's not because of the music. That's one side of it. The other side is they want to get the attention. They want to be flashy. They want the bling bling and all the people to look at them, and so that they feel like the world revolves around them. They want to be the center of attention, and that is goes against the guidelines of what you're supposed to do when Gillie the Kid got $100 million and you're his son. Anybody else's any other family where the parents got $100 million, the kid.
I want y'all to look at the fact that Gillie, he knew for a fact that by them even catching him on that same block, y'all got to understand, dude and them left out the gas station. Once they left out the gas station, they cut him off. He was in the car with his homies. Once they cut him off, everybody know for a fact, Lil Uzi Vert already said that him and Will Smith gonna come out and they gonna realize, show their condolences and show their respect to Gillie and Wallo, regardless of what happened to their kid. I want y'all to look at that, man, because they was just doing damage control, like real life, showing them how the young guys study knocking each other down. They study and each other out. I want y'all to look at that, man, because in all actual reality, they could have avoided all that by moving his ass out the hood. He wasn't supposed to stay in no hood. And by you standing in the hood when you know for a fact that something ain't right, you setting yourself up for failure, because you know in all actual reality, you shouldn't even had your son out there, man. They know that y'all just got that money. They left out the gas station. They cut him off. Once they cut him off, the two dudes, they hopped out the car. One of them had one of them face masks on where you can only see like his eyes, so he couldn't identify him. They called his name, and this how they was able to hit him in the face. They called his name. They Cheese. Next thing you know, Cheese look up. That's when they start dumping. I want y'all to look at that, because the same, all this going on in America, man, it's the same thing that we looking at every single day. These rap. Why would you want to be a rapper when y'all got $100 million? If y'all got $100 million and you know your daddy, he sacked up, Why would you even go out there and try to be a rapper and you see all these other rappers study getting knocked down, all because they realize that they doing shows in these different states? You see what happened to every rapper that we listen to 2022, 2023. They getting knocked down. They getting taken out the box. People need to think about the kids, man. The kids, he was 25 years old. He did not deserve to lose his life like that. And for him to lose his life, all because they was mad at Wallo. I want y'all to look at that, because Wallo, they think that they beef, and when they get into it, people on their podcast, that it's just gonna carry over and it's just gonna disappear. No, it ain't gonna disappear at all. Y'all gotta really look at one thing. Gillie, he could have avoided all this, man, and he just got that bread. Your son wasn't supposed to be in no hood. I don't get no care if he a rapper or not. He wasn't supposed to be in the hood, and everybody know y'all got that money. So by him going back to the block, this is what made them plot on him. The two dudes left out the gas station. They hopped out the car while dude was still in the driver's seat. Y'all got to look at that, because it was like it was premeditated, like they orchestrated it, man. The shooters, they hiding out right now. They don't want Gillie or none of them pulling up on them. And I know for a fact that people sit back and look at it from a whole totally different perspective. You have to be mindful of the company you keep, because he had some dudes in the car with him. He wasn't the only one who got hit up. His other homie in critical condition, he the one who knew the license plates of the car that pulled up. Y'all got to really look at that, because in all actual reality, we know for a fact that too many people dying these days, man. Gillie, he know for a fact he should have moved out the hood, man. Got your son his own crib. It's too much money being circulated in y'all circle for your son to even jump out there and go back to the hood to try to impress his old homies. I always tell y'all, it be the ones you grew up with, the ones you put on, the ones you help. These be the ones who realize, who try to knock you out the box because they want your spot, but they can't do it on their own. You got to understand, everybody is put in a position to do what they doing. You feel me? The people who sat there and told Shorty and them to hop out that car, dude was on the phone. This is why when he cracked the window, when he saw that there was cheese, ran past the gas station. Soon as it turned the red light, they pulled right out the gas station and block them off. And this is why they hopped out the car. Y'all know the streets of Philly is treacherous. It's dangerous out there. People don't want to realize, put themselves in a predicament, and they know they can't get themselves up out of it. One mistake will lead you down to hellfire. They knocked his noodles back, man. And by them even pull it, as soon as they opened the door, he fell out the car. Once he fell out the car, it was over with. They knew he was gone, man. And I know for a fact I want to send my condolences out to Gillie and Wallo, because his son didn't deserve nothing that came for him, because he wasn't in tour with nobody. Last known thing that everybody knows is Gillie and them got that $100 million for the podcast, and next thing you know, his son get killed. His son got killed right afterward. You can't announce that you're getting $100 million and you know your kid's still in the hood, man. We know for a fact that this is a sad situation, and I'm reacting on the fact that this should have never even went down like that. Gillie knew for a fact his son. He knew how his son got down. He knew his son had an anger problem. He know for a fact his son, real life, always cared about his homies before he cared about himself. And that's why I say he was a kind-hearted young man. He was 25 years old when he got basically killed, man. And all this happened today, man. And if y'all don't know, man, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is a sad situation. Share this video on Facebook, man. I want to let everybody know that the people who's involved in this, these the main ones who was cool with him, because nobody knows the type of car you driving but the people you hang around. This is a sad situation. This is a cold story, man. This case gonna be cold, man, because they still ain't got the shooters yet, man. They still ain't got the shooters. I want y'all to really look at that, man, because Gillie didn't deserve that, man. Now Gillie gotta grieve, man. His family, they send back looking at Gillie with anger, man, because they feel that Gillie is the reason why his son gone. Do y'all think that Gillie and Wallo perpetuated this whole situation to have, like, to basically get this money and put it out in the public, and then next thing you know, people run up on his kids? Come on now, y'all. Y'all got to really pay attention to that, because they If they would have never publicized that they got this money, his son would have never been gone, man. People jealous. People get jealous when you in the hood. People get jealous if you get new shoes, new car, new house, anything. They not gonna support you. People realize gonna sit back and look at you like, man, you think you better than us. This is why I say you can't trust these people. People play games. You can't trust people. This is why so many people died over dissing. That's why I always tell y'all, don't diss and you won't get hit up. Like real life, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, man. Share this video on Facebook and Twitter.